Okay, here we are again on the same game that I posted up last night, the two-stone handicap game. I watched back that game and I watched back my commentary, and what I realised was that at several points in that game I was absolutely so absorbed in the fight that what I thought was a commentary wasn't a commentary at all. It was me muttering to myself or chuntering away in my own head about what I needed to do, and that wasn't what I intended to do at all. My intention with all of these videos is to try and illuminate my process, illuminate the thinking, illuminate what a 7Q Go player is going through while the game's actually happening. So I thought I'd just come back and do a short video, 10-15 minutes or so, just to try and get through that game again and have a look at some of the key points. As you can see, I'm just looking up here on the right hand side where the graph is. The graph says black was ahead up to the midpoint of the game, about stone 120, and then white became dominant with a final crashing end. So I'm just going to jump through the game and look at the points that I thought were particularly interesting. So here we go. I played top left, black played lower right. I didn't, as I said in the video, I didn't want to do an extension. I thought an extension would be too good for black, so I came in. Black made shape, I made shape, black extended from the corner. I took the vulnerable point against white's two-stone corner enclosure there. Black attached, Hane. This is all normal. This is all normal stuff. Black blocks, I make a base. Black attacks. I'm looking at the cutting point, and the cutting point that I'm looking at is this white push, black block cut here. So up we come. And so that's putting a stone in place, almost like a receiver in a game of football, who's waiting there to catch the ball when it comes through. So if in this sequence, if black plays elsewhere, where does black plays here, so then white has got this sequence: push, block, cut, and that cut means that the two stones are linked. The two stones are linked together with the Kosumi, these two here, and so black's pretty solid. Oh, sorry, white's pretty solid. Then black cuts. Notice. Do I notice? Yeah, notice that white can't answer this here, because black goes down and now black's got 3 liberties, and if white goes this way, black goes this way, white goes this way, black goes this way, and white dies. White comes out, dies in some way on that edge. So that's just not a possible move, and that's what I was reading out when I went, actually I've got to, after this move, what happened in the game is white turns. So white turns, black extends, white pushes, black turns, white connects those stones, the stones on the S10-9 with the stones on R12-11, black takes, and then white bobs into the corner. Black descends, and that descent for black is aiming at go away, that point there, because that point there is fatal for the 3 white stones. If black gets to play there, white can extend, but black can kill. So white blocks, black blocks, white comes out. That was the opening exchanges of the game. As you can see, at this point, the AI, I'm looking up here, the AI really quite likes black. It thinks black is quite good. Black's thick on the outside, black's solid in the corner, and as we saw, black's upper right corner grew dramatically. So I'm just going to fly through this game to the next point right here. This black group here, and by this black group here, has got one eye. It certainly can make an eye in here, but is relatively vulnerable, and I was trying to get around the outside of that group. But my stones here, my white stones on the edge, this group, they're just alive. They've just got 2 eyes. They're not territory stones, is what I'm saying. They're not there to get territory. They're there to fight with and attack black in some way. So black blocked, and then I took a territory point on the other side of the board. Let's get rid of that. Then the game proceeded some more. So black blocked the corner, I made some space on that side, black blocked there, I made space on that side, black invaded. We have what we should now see as a standard corner sequence, and that's okay. That's okay for white. Black gets the 10 points in the corner, but white gets this thick wall here. With no cutting points, that is then exerting an influence across this direction of the board. So black came out on that side. Now what's happening here is that this little group, this little white group here, is really getting squeezed. Because black is solid in the corner, despite the presence of that white stone. Black is solid. Black's solid in the middle of the right, black's solid in the top right, and black's solid in the lower left. Though this white group is now being squeezed, and that's the one I had to worry about. But first, I attack black's weakness to build some strength for me. This is called, it's not a great example, but when we do this, it's kind of a leaning attack. We build strength and power by leaning on our opponent. And then black came out there. And then I came out on top. Because I'm still interested at this point in that area of territory. That's the one that I've got my eye on. Okay. So black came that way. I had to block to prevent him from cutting me off and killing those two stones, the two stones on EF4. Black came out that way. I thought he gave me an opportunity here, and the opportunity is to push, because if black tried to block here, then I got this Atari, white would have to go out, and then I could make shape. And this little black L group is now, running. It's got no choice. It's got no eyes, and it's on the run. And I quite like that sequence. But black Atari'd my stone, which meant that I could push out here. Black took the stone, which was a bit sloppy, because then I got this push. And that push means that I can now connect this stone to that one, which is connected to that one. So all of the white stones on the lower side are alive, and that's what I was shooting for. I had to respond to that, which I did. He pushed out, I pushed out to protect the territory, he pushed out again. I jumped out to try and protect this. So black, notice black is flattening down this territory and reducing it down to maybe 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20, 30 points. Nowhere near what black has got in the top right. If we count this one out, we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 24, 30 points there, 40, another 20 down there, 60. Black's ahead, and if you look at the AI diagram up on the top right, it's still calling this for black by 21 points. Okay, let's move on quickly. This is not a long review. So black blocks, so I have to protect. Notice black cannot cut now. It doesn't work. If black attempts to cut, white, black, white, black, white. So there's no cutting point there for black. And that's the relationship between the white stones there at K3 and J4. So black plays up there. I can ignore that because he still can't make that cut. The same rules apply. So I put that stone in. And that stone was trying to separate the group here on the left hand side that has got some eye space but hasn't yet got two eyes from this group on the right hand side, which is in a similar situation. So it's trying to keep the two black groups apart. That's what was going on with that stone. So black of course realized that, because black was a smart player, and we always have to assume that our opponents know exactly what we know. Go is a perfect information game, everybody sees the same thing at the same time. We have to treat our opponents with respect too. So black worked to make sure this group was connected, that there was a connection between these stones here. So I pushed at that connection, black blocked, white pushes. I can't, as white now, much as I would like to cut here, I cannot cut there because black would simply net these stones here like this. White's now got no way out. White's dead. So that wasn't doable for me. It was, which is again in when I did the overview, when I did the other video, I mused on that one for quite a while. But that's the case of it. It doesn't cut. So I had to come out this way. So black connected to keep its stones together, purely defensive, and then I could make some shape to build this group in this area here. Black pushed at this group here, but I really didn't have to cut. I thought white was strong enough on the right to take the separation, and I had something else in mind. What I really wanted to do is I wanted to make this cut here, but I thought if I made this, black would simply chase it out and then he'd catch it in what's called a loose ladder. Here, here, block. Interesting. White could catch there. I hadn't seen that. I hadn't read that out. I didn't think I could cut there directly. So in the game I pushed there once. Black cut. I gave some shape to my stones. He threatened to cut again, but it doesn't work. But I descended. Then black pushes out. And now I play this move. Black goes and I can push out and then make this connection. So this stone is aiming for its friends here. What then happened? Then we had this fight in the middle where effectively black's group made eyes. I played this badly, by the way. This was a mistake by me. This stone, that one there, should have been here. Should have been there, because these two stones in Atari, and when white collects, black does. So black connects, white does that, then black comes here, and then white can go somewhere like here. And now actually black is dying. It's black's only got one eye. Black's got one eye here. But that was a real mistake by me. I missed that opportunity to kill in the game. After that one, I then played that one. Bad mistake. I could have killed him there. So you cut. So we just move through the game. I think there was nothing significant in that move. This one's threatening a snapback. I think I've talked to you guys about snapbacks before. If white doesn't connect there straight away, black will throw into that position like that, and then when white takes, the position snaps back and black takes the lot. That's what the snapback is. It's very common. So after that one, white must connect and black pushes out on that side. This black group is now alive, as we say in the game, so let's keep going. So now this became significant. I thought about this for a long time, so I pushed and then honeyed through, and black extended, white extended, and the reason white extended was to enable that if black came down here, this cut would work like that. So white has got three stones on each side. So that's what I had in mind. So sorry, 3 liberties. White's got 1, 2, 3 here on that side, 3, 2, 1, and of course 1, 2, 3 here. Meanwhile black has got 2, so black's going to die. So that's what I had in mind when I did that push and cut. And so black does protect that side, but then I get this move in. So the white group now, this two stone white group has got 1, 2, 3 liberties there. This white stone here has got 1, 2, 3 liberties, but the problem for black is this group's only got 2. It's only got 2 liberties, and if black connected like this, white can play here. If black tries to separate, then white just makes shape in the corner. and black really can't get out. There's nothing black can do against that, because this is a group with no eye effectively against a group with one eye, and if a group with no eyes against one eye will always lose. Just go back on that one. So that's what was going on in my mind. I didn't articulate it very well in the game. So black protected there, so I harneyed round. Let's just get rid of the numbers, don't need them anymore. Black made that shape, and now here comes another throw in snapback. So white connected first, black came on the outside, white throws in, black takes, and then white makes this cutting shape. So white has got 4 liberties around this group. Black has either got to fill there, but if it fills, it's only got 2, so there's no advantage there for black. So white has now taken all of that corner. And now what I'm aiming at is taking the liberties, the eye space away from this black group, but it didn't quite work. It was a bit ambitious, but that solidified all of my group. And now you can see, just looking at the graph over here, that the game is tilted for white. So white's points in this area on this side of the board with these black stones there, and white's points in this area, and we have to say it won't develop, is bigger than black's. Because black has invested a huge number of stones here, and this is one of the problems with running with a running group, is black's invested 20, 23 stones, 25 stones maybe even, for only 2 points of space, and those 2 points of space are there, and that's horribly inefficient unless you can attack or kill something with that. Black played another move to secure its territory. Now this was the co-fight. So I jumped into the corner, aiming to either make a little living group in the corner here or cut black. So I've just done a big jump. Let's go back to where we were. Sorry folks. So after these exchanges, black came down. I made a shape move, looking to make this shape in the corner, which is a living shape. So black came down, I made that shape, he jumped in to disrupt that shape, so I couldn't make a living shape, and so I harneyed. Now what I was trying to do with this harney was set up a co-fight. I can't live in that corner now. Black can win. Black's got too many liberties. This black group here has got more than enough liberties to win this fight, and it's connected through this tiger mount to this group, so it's got unlimited liberties for the purpose of the fight. But I was hoping to get out of this corner, so black blocked quite rightly. I pushed in, and now this becomes co. So black takes, and this is a co. Why is it a co? Because white cannot take back at that point because the co rule. So I have to play somewhere else. In the event, my co threat, which I played here, threatening to take these 2 stones, was just too weak. It wasn't powerful enough, anywhere near powerful enough. Because if I was black, I'd have simply ignored that and connected and let you take the 2 stones. And so black ignores the co threat, white takes, and then black secures his eye space there. I think there's no problem, and actually this is much bigger than the loss of those 2 stones. But sometimes we get a bit panicked, so black played that move, which was a shape move, but actually didn't take away the co threat, so I played back the co, and then black connected and I took it. So there was a big local loss. You can see there's quite a big drop at that point in points. I think we go from, if we go back one, yeah, around here, around the co, white's winning by 22, and now white's winning by 24. No, it's about the same. So black comes here, white descends. Okay, this is all tidying up. Yeah, and now this is this lower right move. So black pushes there. Notice I can't descend here because black will push up, and when I block, black gets this cut and Atari, and I can't connect because black kills there. So that doesn't work for white. Can't do that. So I have to let black connect on the edge. I have to. I let him connect on the edge. And then there's some more endgame moves here. We're closing in on the endgame. Yeah, there's nothing significant here. These are all tidying up moves. Yeah. Until this one. And this is the final move of the game, or the final section of the game. So I harney there. What's the point of this move? Well, the point of this move is that I'm aiming to make that cut, push in as white as cut, and try and make some living shape. Again, a living shape in the corner. And I will do another video on life and death shapes. So I harneyed here. Get rid of that triangle. Black pincered that white stone. I was okay, so I connected. I'm sure I should have connected. Not sure whether I shouldn't have just come up here first, because notice black can't play here because of this. This involves, I mean, I think, you know, this clearly involves some mistakes by black, and I got away with this, but looking at the game review, I was ahead on the board at this point anyway. I was still 30 points ahead. So I connected, and so black made that shape, and now I cut. And what that cut means is that this white group with its 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties is now up against this whole black group, this black group here. So black connected on that side, and the reason for the connect on that side is if black plays something like let's get rid of the numbers, take numbers off. If black plays something like this, white's got 4 liberties, but then white can play here. If black plays here, white plays here. Black must connect here because black can't let white push in. Black plays here, white like this. So after this one, black comes down, and then white comes down. Black cannot do this, so black must connect here, and then white makes the eye with liberties on either side. So white's got 3 liberties and an eye. That's one of the sequences, but let's run through what happened in the game and keep this short. So white pushed. The push was really important here, because here we have now something called the eye stealing Tetsuji, which means that that point in between can no longer become an eye because it's cut on 2 sides. Black played there. White extended to gain more liberties, so this white group has now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 liberties. Black harneyed round to take the liberty away, and white pushed into this space to make sure that black had no eye space. Black blocked to stop white pushing up, because this is problematic if black comes here. White can play here. Black plays here. Actually, I think this works for black. Black gets an eye. As I said, black made mistakes here that let me get away with it. I'm not too bothered. I was winning anyway. But black plays there. I go out. Black harneys. I sit on top. The reason for the 2 stones, letting them die, is that when black takes them, you throw straight back in again. And notice, to take that stone, black has to play here, and then because of the presence of this one and that shape, this is only ever a false eye. So now black doesn't have any real eyes. That's what that sequence was all about. So if we go back to the game, white throws in, black comes this side, white comes here, black makes an eye. Again, I've got a feeling, with hindsight, that it would have been better for white to, rather than do the move I did, throw in once here, because then black can't push without self-Atari. So I think this is a better sequence for white. So black cannot do that, so black has to do this, and then white can make the eye again with a protected eye. So white's busily focused on making this eye. In the game I just descended, white blocked, and then I made the eye. And notice on this side black can't push because of the self-Atari, so there are other moves that have to take place. Black took that stone, then I blocked here. Again, notice black cannot block here because it's a self-Atari. If black plays there, white plays there. So black can't do that, so black connected here to enable the push, so that if black pushes now, it puts white into Atari despite the eye, but then white pushes in, which is threatening to kill and connect everything in the corner. Black connects, and then white goes here. And now this is a great example of a capturing race. White has got one eye and a liberty, and black has two liberties, one liberty here and one liberty here. But the rule of capturing says if you've got an eye, all shared liberties belong to you. So in this case, white has got one liberty here, two liberties. Black has only got one liberty. Black is dead. So that's what's going on there. And after that, black played here, white played here, and then black simply resigned. And that was the game. I hope that helps you out. I hope that gives you a bit more detail. I'm sorry about getting lost in the game. It's not unusual for me. I get so absorbed that I forget to chat, because actually chatting out loud while playing is quite tricky. But I've learned a couple of things myself from this review, particularly how I missed the opportunity to kill this black group earlier in the game, which have led to an early resign. Anyway, that's it for now. I wanted to keep this short. Thanks guys. See you soon. Bye.